One guy has woken up from deep sleep after a couple of months. Suddenly, it's episode 91 of the Bits and Pieces podcast. Some may say it's 91 episodes more than we should have lasted, but try telling that to the loyal listeners who not only rate, share, and subscribe to whatever this is. Some of them end up joining us on the pod itself, like one young fellow is doing today. You're listening to the Bits and Pieces podcast. I'm Srinath, and we, as always, have a panel for you to talk about what I don't know, which is why it's time to throw to the mellifluous manufacturer of majestic nonsense, Tony Sebastian, now becoming known as the face and voice behind the Till We Meet Again content series on Instagram.
Wow. the bar is clearly low. Hello.
Apparently, it's World Cup week and all. Do you know anything about it?
Apparently, there were some warm-up matches scheduled in the home state of Kerala, which is seeing unseasonal rain all throughout. So I don't think anyone's warming up except the ground staff. So
Sanju Samson's tears, those are. That's right. From casual commentator to running commentator, people who know him say he runs like a machine and reads like a nutcase. Maybe he's running away from his weed supplying neighbor. Maybe he's reading up to make up for all the lost years of college when he didn't touch his books at all. Oh, and apparently Matt Quizzer also, as we are about to find out soon. I didn't say most of the stuff. One other guy from Melbourne told me so. Welcome back, Adi.
A bit too close to the truth there, a lot of them. So yeah, had to be a certain someone from Melbourne. Thanks, Srinath. Nice to be on the pod and to be introduced by the Johnny Sins of audio podcasts.
By the 3 a.m. Johnny Sins, that too.
Johnny Sins, famously a Ravi Ashwin fan, as we should remember from his YouTube comments in the past. Over to London for this pod's own baseball aficionado. When our whole WhatsApp group was bigging Australia up during the Ashes, here was our man melting majorly for Stokesy and Baz. He's probably wearing a bucket hat throughout the day while peddling his favorite stickers to friends and family, or simply putting needle in banana about KL Rahul's presence in the national team. Our own Bisi baller, Nishant Biswal. Hello again.
Hello. Good to be here on the week where Stuart Broad has an end named after him at Trent Bridge. You forgot to mention my penchant for liking idiots like Stuart Broad.
Wait, penchant. Say that again. Isn't that how they say good morning in France? Penchant, it seems.
Hey, this is working, that means.
Crabbies are doing their job.
No, Srinath said Bisi is wearing a what? Top hat? Box hat? What hat?
Bucket hat.
Actually, he's wearing a poncho and not a bucket hat. Which is more fitting given he is in England where it is raining all the time.
Raining, yeah, correct.
कहाँ से कहाँ तक poncho?
Poncho.
And we have peak.
I didn't have intro for Nitin, but I guess this is as good as any.
The cricket bat owner of Bits and Pieces.
the fanatical, fabulous Faf du Plessis of Frisbee. That's what I had for Nitin.
Too many efforts there. But Srinath, in your intro for Tony, you said World Cup week. Do you know what's going on? Of course, in this podcast, we are well informed of the World Cup. As expected, New Zealand slipping, under the radar, second in their group. South Africa behind Ireland, strangely. Australia doing badly, which is what we all expected, seeing their build-up to this World Cup. England killing it. Of course, I'm talking about the Rugby World Cup. Yeah.
Nitin, finishing off pod itself.
Good try,
our debutant. To quote Wasim Akram and then hand over to Nitin in a bit. To quote Wasim Akram, he's just 19 and bowls increasingly rapid seeds. His players say he captains like a proper Bangladeshi, full of Josh Jazba and madness. A Bangalorean Bangladeshi bass bowler, if you will. Welcome to the jungle, Rahul Rajvanshi.
Hey guys, thank you so much for having me on. Been listening to Bits and Pieces for a while. And strange enough, I go to play cricket randomly one day and I come across PGK and he's like, why don't you come on the podcast? Yeah. So
now the listeners know the very stringent process through which we select our panelists. So if you are around somewhere, PGK, please go approach him and join us.
But
Yeah.
Rahul's the youngest adult voice to have featured on this podcast so far.
Am I?
Right?
Honored. Thank you so much.
and clearly episode 91 when India embraced liberalization and all, and
Oh, yeah.
like it opened up a world of possibilities to youth that is happening. You're the post-liberalization kid, Rahul. For this
Episode
podcast.
91 में 19-year-old आ गए.
No, I'm actually 21. And
But you're
also
only
like,
19.
But we are quoting Wasim Akram, so it's all good.
Hey,
No,
under 19
he's
World
only
Cup,
19 and
you don't
PGK
reveal.
had a chat with him in the nets basically this morning.
with me, I do a lot of nets. I practice a lot more than I play matches. And I don't watch as much cricket as I play. Right. So like bits and pieces and a couple of the podcasts, the Great Cricketer and others, they're like my roundup, like a weekly roundup of sorts on what's going on in the cricketing world,
God.
what's hot. Right. So that's how I approach it.
Did
Instead of having
did
to watch
any
all
of you did any of you account for all this responsibility on your shoulders? You idiots.
Providing yeoman's service to the world of cricket non-watchers apparently. What
I know now why Cricket for page views are down. People are listening to bits and pieces for authentic.
Amazing.
Very good. We referenced Bangladesh in Rahul's intro. I think there's no other place to start, or no other place where I would rather start the pod. Another masala week, in the word of Nagin dance cricket, days before World Cup. Have any of you been following what's going on? Like Shakib versus Tamim pillow fight happening at the Prime Minister's office.
So, like all true bits and pieces themes, this will probably be the 5th week when we cover this saga, so that it is finally clear to people on the pod not listening to it.
Well,
so
this is
Tamim
what-
is
what I
finally
know.
out, no? Finally out.
Tamim said, I will play only 5 games. Saqib said somebody else should play those 5 games, not you. And then fight full on happened.
I think everything is fine. Like Tamim saying, I won't back down from playing my natural position where I've been playing all my life. Shakib saying, you must do it and all. You need to be flexible. Where the whole argument breaks down is when Shakib comes and quotes Dhoni. And everything just falls apart after that. That makes no sense. It's like soldiers at Siachen wala argument and all. Then you can't say anything beyond that. Like Dhoni does this. Why don't you do it? I'm with Tamim on this. Like, why the hell should I do what Dhoni does?
But what did Shakib say about Dhoni? Not for the benefit of our listeners, but for me.
But for benefit of me.
He's like, look at Mahendra Singh Dhoni. He has won so many cups. And that is by creating a flexible side. Larger.
No. He basically quoted Dhoni, who had at some point said that if you are unfit and still trying to play for your team, you're cheating the team or something like that. Which he had said when he was fit, not realizing that in 2023 also he'll still be playing on half a knee for CSK. And
he said the word he used was you'll be betraying your country.
Correct.
But which famously was not told by Dhoni. It was told by Sushant Singh Rajput in the movie.
Oh, damn. Nice.
Oh my God.
Justice for Tamim Bhai.
So I have something to add to this as well. Like I think this one aspect, it's not getting talked about a lot, or maybe not as much. Like I think you mentioned that Shakib said himself that he's going to play like 5 matches and whatnot. So there's this one video going viral across the internet of this called One Last Dance, where they're featuring all of the players that probably will have the last World Cup this time around. And I've not seen any version of it where they featured Shakib. And I like feel that this a little unfair to given like how his record has been in world cricket. What do you guys think about that? And now, how does that weigh into the argument that he's having in terms of wanting to play up? Because I don't think there's any cricketer in Bangladeshi history who has contributed as much to the game as much as Shakib has.
This is like saying Tony is the greatest intro guy from Bits and Pieces history. No, only one guy is putting what.
Saqib, I think you put it into Bangladesh one more time. But wait, why are you assuming this will be Shakib's last World Cup? Maybe they realize he'll probably play one more.
Virat Kohli can play one more. All of those players in that reel can play one more. But like I'm talking about the fact that no one's talking about that it could be last World Cup for Shakib also.
Rahul, I have one doubt.
Does only 36, as Wasim would say.
Sorry, what?
He's only 36.
Ravichandran Ashwin. Oh, sorry. Just Ashwin feature in that reel.
He did in 2011.
No, he doesn't. Oh shit! No, he doesn't. No, he doesn't.
He featured in the 2011 version, boss.
Hey, Ashwin is not in any reel because he has his own reels. This is the scene. Okay, he will put only
he's
Ashwin.
waving the camera himself.
Agreed.
Key question about Shakib reel. What was it? Shakib or Jose Kowako? Speaking of Ashwin, by the way, he has officially declared, as quoted by Hank sir, that this is my last World Cup for India. He said this is probably my last World Cup for India.
This is a proper RC question coming up next year's cat. What did Ashwin mean? Next 10 options also you won't get it right. It's okay. Go.
This is not. It is not an RC. It is not an RC question. It is an RCB question. It is an RCB question. Because who is going to play for Netherlands in this World Cup? Royal of Wonder Merp, who has already played his last World Cup for South Africa many years back. In fact, I don't think he ever played a World Cup for South Africa. But here he is playing World Cups for other teams, and that's what Ashwin is going to do. Which also means
finally using CTS lanyard to get green card. This is the scene. Next World Cup is in the US, boss. God. Next year.
No, but you only said World Cup for India, not for Bharat, right?
Okay. Also, another
only MODI.
Correct. Another key revelation that was made on the group was he said last ODI World Cup for India, which means that probably this is the last ODI World Cup ever, right? ODIs are dying. That is what he's already pre-predicted. That is basically it. But Srinath, I am sipping from a cup that Sandy G sent me after CSK won the IPL this time. It goes by belief. I'm here to pimp up New Zealand for this World Cup, actually. So I have a question before we get into Adi's quiz questions. This question is for Bisi. Bisi, imagine a scenario where England versus New Zealand, which is the first match, gets washed out. Okay. And at the end of the points table, England and New Zealand are tied on points and wins and net run rate. And England has a higher boundary count during the 8 matches, 9th one being washed out. Which of these two teams qualify for the semi-finals? Is it England or is it New Zealand? England has more boundaries, but both of them have same points, same wins, same net run rate.
Same net run rate. Oh,
yeah,
I know the answer, as in the technical answer of what the tiebreaker is, but I don't know who wins that tiebreaker. So
what is the correct answer?
There is some pre-tournament seeding that was released. In which Afghanistan, by the way, is number 5.
One second. So Nitin Sundar. Therefore, New Zealand goes through. But this question is to be answered by you. Why is New Zealand the number 1 pre-seed team?
I have no idea. I asked this question on the group and nobody responded. So I don't
Nobody knows, sir. Nobody knows. It is because...
I'll tell you. As of August 1, 2021, they would have been world number 1 side. Something like this.
No. They topped the league.
Yes, exactly. This was the funda I was working towards. So interestingly, on CricBus, someone asked why the hell have they scheduled the World Cup during the sort of rainy part of the year, not necessarily in the summer. It was because pandemic caused the Super League to conclude late. Therefore, the schedule is now. And as of 22nd June, New Zealand have in fact won the Super League or topped the Super League table. England is at number 2. Therefore, in case of a washout between England and New Zealand and tied points and same NRR, New Zealand will go through.
I had one question about Super League, which I didn't ask anyone because the whole thing was stupid, right? I was always wondering if India qualified as host, why are they on the table of the Super League? Now I know. Finally.
Yes.
Yeah.
But tell me, isn't Afghanistan 5th seeded or something according to this?
Yes.
So please explain to me which world they came number 5 in the Super League.
All teams played 24 matches. Don't ask me which 24
Don't
matches.
ask
at some point.
Or
which they played 24 ODIs. And Afghanistan won 14. India won only 13. And have qualified at number 6. Or they are hosts, but they've also seeded at number 6.
The most beautiful thing in this would have been there are 3 teams who tried to qualify for the World Cup who are not in the Super League, like the USA, right?
Yeah.
If one of those fellows had qualified, right, they would have been seeded 12th, even though they are not in the Super League.
Yeah.
What a legendary sport, man.
I have a contrarian opinion on why New Zealand is seeded above. I think it's because it's reparations for what happened in the last World Cup. That's just England paying reparations. I think that's the real reason.
Now RR asking for trouble.
New Zealand have been in 4 of the last 6 ICC finals.
Yeah. Are they your favorites to win this year, Nitin?
No, they are my favorites to make the final.
Nice.
Oh.
Okay, nice.
Okay. Yesterday, one amazing tweet exchange happened. Kevin Peterson said, "How will we go in the repeat of the World Cup final or something?" saying India and England will play. Mitch McClenaghan, who's been off the grid for a few years, quoted and said,
he's back.
"Black Caps are not playing today." This was his response to say that they're going to make the final. Tony, thoughts?
But yeah, interestingly enough, one of the warm-up matches that did indeed happen featured world beaters New Zealand, viewed by 0 people, not because New Zealand doesn't have fans like some idiots would have said.
They don't have population, first.
No, but it was played in Hyderabad, because, as Max has famously said, bandobast is an issue. So they said no fans allowed. But I think they played an amazing match, right? Pakistan scored 340 odd and New Zealand just chased it down in 43 overs. Nitin Sundar, did you watch this? Do you know who opened for New Zealand along with Devon Conway?
I actually don't know who opened.
He made 97 runs.
Rachin
Ravindra opened. Yes, of course. Yes.
The reason no fans are allowed is New Zealand cricket is so pretty that only fans are allowed.
Oh my God. Okay. But I think this was Kane Williamson's first match back. Not that I saw. I think
he's missing the first 2 games. He's ruled out of the first 2 games, but he will play
He has warmed himself up.
He'll play the warm-up games, but he will not play the first 2.
Explain.
Ask New Zealand cricket. I am not the one in
charge. No, but Srinath, I need an explanation for this. What is that?
Just giving Tim a chance to win Saudi Aramco Player of the Match first 2 matches. That's why.
He's also injured. No, where he's playing.
Oh, he's also not playing. Oh, man.
He's got some wrist injury and all.
They are carrying 2 players who won't be in their starting 11, is it, for the first game?
Imagine Tamim Iqbal seeing this. He was unavailable only 5 times.
Yeah.
So Kane is able only after the first 2 games, is it?
Yes.
Correct.
They are not able until then.
Okay. No, but New Zealand interestingly set up. I think the averagest of average teams, right? Although they're seeded number 1, it will be a miracle if they make it to the semifinals or an upset. At least I will be upset. And I think interestingly enough, they are the flag bearers of Dharamshala cricket ground, right? They're playing.
I think
India and Australia.
You used the right word, but wrong thesaurus form. Basically, at World Cups, they're not average team; they're the meanest team. This is the important thing.
Like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Bisi is
I need one more.
Okay, so key question around the table: who thinks New Zealand will make the semis? Not me, definitely.
Not Robin Uthappa. Maybe Robin Uthappa.
Bisi, you have to tell us how Johns gave reparations for Robin Uthappa hitting you for 6 sixes back in the day in that Bangalore school ground.
So Johns, I think, collated a nice tweet where he said all the experts' predictions for the 4 semi-finalists. And Robin Uthappa replied to his tweet saying, "I never said so," and then he put screenshot.
Yeah, so basically, Robin Uthappa had picked New Zealand and some teams. And Robin Uthappa basically said, these were not my predictions. I never said this.
I never put screenshot.
No, Jones is like, sir, I picked this from Star Sports.
And he posted the screenshot. And he posted the screenshot where Robin Uthappa's face is there and 4 teams.
4 teams are there.
And Robin Uthappa is like, oh, I made this prediction in March. I had no idea then.
Sorry, bro.
But first of all, why is Star Sports recording this in March? It's like even this podcast did make predictions at that point.
We didn't even know in March if the World Cup is happening or not. Also. March, no ways we knew what was happening. Though.
I can understand after June 22nd when they topped the Super League, but March is still a bit.
I think given the state of Star Sports and Hotstar, they were like, we don't know if we will be around when August, September rolls around. Let's record this now that we have cameras.
Yeah. So, okay, one prediction about New Zealand I'm going to make is that Glenn Phillips will have the best catch of the tournament or best 7 catches of the tournament, possibly. Go Glenn Phillips.
I will tell you who will have the best catch of the tournament.
Sorry?
Ravindra is a good... It will be Ravindra Jadeja. He takes great catches against New Zealand in important matches that India do not go on to win, which typically happens in World Cups. So there you go.
Tony, scenes are happening, man. Brace for it.
Scenes,
Calcutta. You booked some semi-final tickets, no?
No. I tried. I valiantly tried. And,
saw some 3-screen operation and all. Nothing happened. Huh?
No. Calcutta semi-final valiantly tried reminds me of Vinod Kambli, dude.
Bro.
It ended up in tears only. Like same way.
Tony watching India New Zealand semi. This is what I want in my life. I want this content for myself. 2-day match. Anyhow, I think we should move on to Australia, who are issued open invitation for anyone in Kerala to come and play for them in the second warm-up.
For George Bailey's famous request, if any Australian is in Kerala, please come and watch a game. In fact, it reminded me of a couple of years ago, I think Melbourne Stars in the Big Bash, I think they were struggling to get players. And I think Dan Christian basically sent a tweet saying, if there are any aspiring or amateur cricketers in Melbourne, just come to Marvel Stadium, which is the other stadium where they play the Big Bash games, and maybe chance your arm and play for us. So I think George Bailey's invocation was on the same lines.
Is that where Johnny Sins went after that? In a cycle.
I was going to say, if he didn't put Australian filter, maybe this would have been John's, not Johnny Sins.
This would have been Sanju Samson's entry into the World Cup.
Awesome. My God.
Close.
He'll do what Ashwin wanted to do.
He doesn't want him to.
Very close, very close.
So Australia form guide coming into the World Cup hasn't been too great. 3-2 loss against South Africa in South Africa, 2-1 in India. But hey, this is Australia. They win World Cups for fun. They've won 5 World Cups, so never write them off. For me, the player to look out for is Mitch Starc. I think he's 33 this year, third
hat-trick.
World Cup.
Already took hat-trick, bro.
Hat-trick in warm-up game against Netherlands.
Hey, was he in that reel, Macha?
Last dance.
Rahul.
One last dance.
Was he there, Rahul, in the reel?
Rahul watching as we
Starc
speak.
was there. Wow.
Yeah. Starc
Then Shakib should have been there.
In like 2-3 versions, he was there at least.
And interestingly, Starc was the leading wicket taker both in the 2015 World Cup and the 2019 World Cup. Both of them. So I think he's hopefully going to have a good World Cup. And I read an interesting stat about Mitch Starc. The only players who have more 5-wicket hauls than Starc's are, any guesses? So Starc has 9.
This is first of the quiz questions.
No, this is just like sneaking
this
it
is
in.
Warm up to the
warm-up question. Exactly.
So this is a one day.
Starc has only one day. Yeah, 9 5-wicket hauls. 2 other guys, one with 10 and one with 13.
Wasim.
Muralidharan.
Murali is 1 and 10, correct?
Wasim.
13? No.
Bakar.
No.
That's all. If it's not Pepsi, it's Coke. If it's not Wasim, it's Bakar.
Nice.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
And the other thing on Australia is probably Zampa.
Yeah.
Since the 2019 World Cup, he has 66 wickets at 20.69 and an economy of under 5, which no other bowler in this World Cup has in the period between 2019 and 23. Plus, sorry to bring this up, but ominous signs for India, given that we play Australia in Chepauk in the opener.
Exactly.
If you remember this meaningless one-day series we had in March earlier this year, he took 4 for 45 against India at Chepauk. So those were my 2 call-outs for Australia. Starc and Zampa.
Sources say that's why Ashwin drafted into the 11. That's why. So you can't hype up Zampa.
Speaking of, see, actually, like we wanted someone to go to Chennai Curators and say where to dig up and all. As El Shiva has famously done a tweet rant this week against R. Ashwin, saying wicket tampering has been happening. Anyway.
World Cup preview with interludes about R. Ashwin. This is the podcast. one team, one Ashwin story.
There is a unit in bits and pieces. There is a unit in bits and pieces, which is fastest time to first Ashwin mention. I think even if he's not playing, he's not in the news, which is, by the way, not very often. It's very rare. But even if he's completely out of commission, out of the news, there will be a mention of Ashwin on this podcast, like X minutes in. X is usually a single-digit number. But
yeah.
Like,
speaking of, I mean, I know we shouldn't be speaking about number 8s, but interesting thing about when we mention Ashwin and Zampa, I think that's where New Zealand struggles primarily are, right? In that Mitchell Sadner has been pretty fuck all of late. Srinath Garu, who's going to play? Rachin Ravindra or Ish Sodhi or Mitch Sadner or a combination of these three?
No, none of this is the headline story. You saw last week, New Zealand got out nice guys by Bangladesh. Ish Sodhi went all the way to Bangladesh. Bangladesh
but
captain
was not the captain.
Shaki was not. Liton was the captain.
Liton with his poncho.
Liton gave them a let off, but
yep. No.
He gave them a lot of love. Ishq Sodhi.
Ishq Sodhi.
So, Srinath, is Sadner playing, or is it Sodhi, or is it Rachin?
Hopefully, they'll play Rachin Ravindra. I don't know if New Zealand have any games in Chennai, where Santner famously does not play, despite playing for that IPL team.
No, I think they have 2 matches in Dharamshala, couple of matches in Bangalore. I think at least one in Wankhede. So they're pretty much like going to get screwed.
They're playing Bangladesh and Afghanistan in Chennai, India and Australia in Dharamshala. Yeah.
And South Africa in Wankhede, and I think England.
Pune. South Africa, Pune. England in Ahmedabad.
And the other 2 are in Bangalore, right?
Yeah, Pakistan and Sri Lanka. Yeah.
I'm watching the Pakistan game in Bangalore. Should be elite. Matt Henry will be the Dharamshala player of the series for New Zealand, as he normally does. Destroys teams.
Sorry, Srinath, I have a question. Why is New Zealand-Pakistan a day game in Bangalore?
Oh, it's a day game.
Just is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I got the
game start for you.
Clearly, the answer is bandobast or outer ring road traffic.
Random shit. This is what irritates me. And why would you do this?
Again, only 20 of us.
Every other game in Bangalore is day and night, and then you'll throw this random game under the bus and put it in the
for if you're really asking, it's for New Zealand time zone. That's the serious answer.
Big market.
All the
big market for the ICC.
And then 2 games in Dharamshala are also day games.
India game also?
Wait, I'm seeing.
No, India game is
India game is day night.
Outfield fungi grow slower during the day. This is another
scientific reasons.
So, anyways, interesting news about the fungus thingy.
Yeah.
Apparently,
Dharamshala correspondent and expert with the fungus update.
Last minute addition to this pod.
Reporting from Indore.
For this very specific moment, ladies and gentlemen. This is what you wanted to round up. Like this.
Yeah.
Amma,
no,
please.
So this whole news came out about fungus on the outfield.
You only brought it out.
I only put fungus on that outfield. I famously have never been to Dharamshala. Meanwhile, so the ICC, after all these inspections, puts out a report about these grounds, right? The ICC report that came out for Dharamshala has no mention of fungus or any issues with the outfield. So everyone is very concerned about what exactly is going on. They are wondering if this was some old report that was produced like many years back, where maybe to 2016 or whenever last that ICC game potentially could have been held in Dharamshala, when the ICC person said that there is fungus on the outfield. They really don't know what the deal is. There's apparently nothing wrong with that ground right now.
Maybe the last match report on Dharamshala, the paper on which it was printed had a fungal infection because it's been that long ago.
Yeah,
so is Dharamshala cleared by who? Wilkinson, one of those Blade fellows that you mentioned.
Blade fellows.
Yeah.
It's actually one of the few fellows who are actually working on this tournament, right? As opposed to
others are acting sons.
Okay, so Dharamshala, no fungus. Okay.
Yeah.
So Srinath, which team's next after New Zealand?
Next is Bisi.
We are following a structure in this. Okay, very good.
We allocate teams at least.
Oh, you exited group. That's why we got structured.
Okay, so we'll do quick recap of.
Okay. I thought you're recapping teams already.
No.
And then, Pakistan.
Why? I only don't remember what they said.
That is why I said.
Anyways, okay. Pakistan only enforced change. Naseem Shah replaced by this fellow.
Shoaib Malik.
Naira.
Usually he comes back.
Kind of.
Zaman.
Hassan Ali. He's
Hassan Ali,
replaced by Hassan Ali. And otherwise, amazing team. Having a ball of a time in Hyderabad, getting great welcome. Getting a great welcome. People who are supporting such welcomes getting also nice vitriol on Twitter. So scenes are set up. October 14th. The only hope is that they win. And then the real fun will obviously begin. The whole fixture list for Pakistan also is, I think it's
like that, it is 10:30 a.m. All over.
No. So they pay
for Hyderabad time zone bracket Pakistan.
See, the good thing is, good thing is, despite all those shenanigans, right? They are not playing a convoluted schedule like India, who will fly from one corner of the country to the other. So their schedule is a lot more, pocketed in the sense that
is the word you're looking for.
Maybe, yeah. So they'll play Hyderabad. They'll play in Hyderabad, Netherlands, and Australia, and then Sri Lanka also. Then they'll go to Ahmedabad, play India. Then Bangalore, they'll play Australia, and then the last 2 games in Chennai with Afghanistan and South Africa before the big Nagin derby at Eden Gardens against Bangladesh.
Nagin derby. That is not Nagin derby. That is Khyber derby, whatever.
Oh yeah, Nagin derby is Sri Lanka.
71 derby. Sorry, okay, fine.
Sri Lanka, Bangladesh,
Sri Lanka,
Delhi.
Bangladesh.
That is Nagin derby. Tickets are apparently selling at 6,000 and all now, like 300 rupee tickets. Anyway.
Amazing. So, Bisi, what are Pakistan's chances?
They are damn good. I really think they are in with a chance because batting is largely sorted. Bowling also is largely sorted. I think the only real question is the support bowlers in terms of spinners. And that is where even internally they'll be asking questions saying, who do we play? They're taking, so they've taken some, this guy's, Inji Bhai's press conference is quite amazing. He mentions the kind of extra players we are taking also. We are also naming 3 traveling reserves: wicketkeeper batter Mohammad Haris, mystery spinner Abrar Ahmed, fast bowler Zaman Khan. When selector only calls you mystery spinner, means jai for you.
This is nice. Like he's also putting bits and pieces level intro for.
He's like,
also it's for SEO purposes, that's why. But thing with Pakistan is spin wise they don't have
exactly
king spinner, and they're playing in Chennai 2 games. You said that's going to be good scenes. Only Afghanistan, I think, great cricketer put it right. Afghanistan, New Zealand just need to speak to curator and get the wicket they want. If they don't give, they'll just say we are paying Pakistan. So then it'll happen.
Nice.
But they have like bowling batting all rounders. Shadab and Iftikhar
are there. Iftikhar is not a bowler. He's quite.
Nawaz is there, no?
Yeah. Mohammad Nawaz.
Nawaz. He's there. What are you doing, Nawaz? Especially you, Nawaz.
But Shadab hasn't had the best of forms coming into the.
Yeah. And the warm-up match against New Zealand, Shahid Afridi didn't bowl either, right? So.
Yeah.
It's the most important question. Who's the coach? Who's the coach?
Is it on Zoom call or in person?
Over Zoom, it is Mickey Athar.
But good question, Adi, because I was watching some content that Bisi referred to. YouTube video. Yesterday, one more dinner video happened from Park Sheraton or something. Every one of those videos, guy having the best time is Morne Morkel. Guy is bowling coach. He is looking outsized compared to all the other guys and tulping biryani. He doesn't have anything, right? He is eating this heart out. Free trip to India with Pakistan team. If only he had YouTube channel like some visionaries, he would be a millionaire. This is the thing.
And I'm sure on the side, Srinath is also speaking to the guys at Sunrisers and saying, any opportunity for me to come here in April next year, sir?
Any work.
Calendar is free. Yes.
Yeah, so I think they're in with a chance, but definite semis contenders.
Semis.
Yeah.
For sure.
From previous number 1 to... Yeah, go Rahul.
Yeah, sorry. This new fellow who's replaced Nawaz, right? Sorry, Naseem. Have we seen him play? And how does he compare to someone like Zaman? I would have picked Zaman as like a...
You're too young for this. Hassan Ali won them the Champions Trophy in 2017.
Yeah. Oh, come on, man. 2017. I remember... But
you were 13 years old.
I still watched like the entire tournament. But if you look at Zaman, right, he has that X factor, which really is very rare to find. Especially if you're going into a tournament like this, you need like that one bowler. I think every team has that in some capacity, not India, but like the rest of the teams. We have Ashwin, I think, as the X factor. What are your thoughts on like Zaman being a travel reserve? I would have definitely picked him in the squad. What do you think?
Nitin has left Zoom call as a
He
result
ran
of the
away.
X Factor comment.
No,
Bisi.
they could have. They chose not to. I mean, like,
Yeah.
how do I say it? I can only give the. He's
like-
traveling. This is like
this is
Rohit
like-
Sharma's response. No.
No, this is like Insamam saying, I can't pick Kuldeep Yadav. Bisi is like, what will I say about Pakistan?
No, this is like Rohit Sharma. No, आप कुछ बताइए पाकिस्तान को. मैं क्या बताऊं? जब मैं पाकिस्तान का कोच बनूंगा तब बताऊंगा. मैं क्या बताऊं?
I'm like, we've already sacrificed one guy's Twitter mentions. Might as well aggregate it in Bisi's timeline. That's all.
But Rahul, to your point, Zaman Khan he's traveling with the team as a this thing.
Yeah.
What is that?
Travel reserve.
Or whatever. Reserve player. So reserve player in any case, this is BCCI World Cup. So when you want to play, you play. So who cares? Squad and all is all. We are wasting time eating up 2 hours with squad and all. Nothing matters. Suddenly we'll feel Akshar Patel has become fit October 14th. Hello. What is
Bapu did Dandiya and untwisted his ankle now. Perfect comeback to Indian squad.
Yeah.
Speaking of current number 1 side, Tony Garu.
India is current number one. Oh, okay.
India, not New Zealand.
not ODI league.
What is there to say about India that's not already been said? Too many boxes have been checked. Ashwin is also slotted in nicely, so I think it's just going to be between Ishan Kishan playing or not playing, depending on mood or stadium, whether it's Wankhede or Chinnaswamy and stuff like that. And
one thing that has not been said is should have done science instead of commerce and hired better PR guy.
This has already been debunked several times.
Oh, it has. No, I know.
Yeah.
I know it's fake, but was it discussed on the previous pod? Is the question.
No. So
One
this
thing
was,
we managed to do is time travel. This happened after the previous episode.
This is very typical of us. No, we finished debating, discourse, all done on the group, and we are like, pod pe aa gaya hai. But nahi aaya. You need to detail out.
Yeah, but this is an Instagram story that didn't happen.
Yeah,
and Akshar Patel didn't put it out.
Wow.
But nonetheless, it is a good line, which is that, should have been an engineer and hired better PR.
I think I can get to the bottom of it. It is very possible that basically Akshar Patel's nephew is Lakshman Sivaramakrishnan.
Good. Thought it was behind paywall and you unlocked it for us.
Oh my God. Very good one.
Yeah,
actually,
I mean, nothing much to say about India. If they don't reach semifinals, there will be several heads that roll. But it is extremely unlikely that they won't reach.
Nothing will roll. Smruti, go, congratulations for winning
Will
gold medal.
the head rolling start with Ashwin?
I think it will start with Jamie sir. Jamie sir's contract due to end after this World Cup. Conditions apply?
Yes.
The conditions apply.
Jamie sir's contract will end due to World Cup.
Contract. Oh, 2007 Redux.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I
This
think
is
the
Rahul Dravid's Kabir Khan moment, I'm telling you. He's going to win the World Cup and then say, as the coach.
The only factor
Ganguly takes off shirt in Calcutta after semi-final for appointing Dravid.
Very possible. He only appointed her. Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess so.
Yeah, so India, I think, should win at least 7 games, which would put them first or second. And I think the only variable is whether they semi will be in Wankhede or Eden Gardens. If it is versus Pakistan, it's going to be in Eden. If it is any other team, it is going to be in Wankhede, which means the one team that we wouldn't want to face is probably New Zealand, who again have a knack of picking up early wickets, a little bit top heavy as it is anyway. But let's see. I think
Is India the only team which unfortunately doesn't get to play games in the same venue more than once? They are doing proper Bharat Jodo Yatra. Starting in
it's possible. Yeah.
Already tried Guwahati and it rained off also, I think.
Yeah.
So they do Chennai, Delhi, Ahmedabad, Pune, Dharamsala, Lucknow, Wankhede, Eden Gardens. Death.
And then
Much to Johnny Bairstow's annoyance, no? That whole Guwahati trip.
What a guy.
Please explain.
What a lovable guy.
You can
lovable
give choice words.
Yeah.
Any
Please Bairstow your luggage.
Predictions, top scorer for India?
What is the Bairstow story? Our listeners don't know.
Huh? Oh, okay.
You have to come in with the assumption that people don't know what you're talking about.
Okay. So Johnny Bairstow would have
Instagram stories that did happen.
Yeah,
Yes,
this actually
as
happened. So
opposed to-
Johnny Bairstow would have taken some very long flight. I think mostly come via Dubai or whatever. Landed in some one of the major airports, Bombay or Delhi, and then would have had to somehow figure out how to go to Guwahati from there,
yeah.
where only economy class seats were available, which is what is the norm, I suppose, the fastest way to get there. Now our man puts out a tweet saying utter chaos, and there is full Indigo ka mist is happening. People are on the aisle, and maybe I think this is a photo of people crowding the aisles when the plane has just landed, and I think it's taken Johnny by a little
He's
surprise.
not used to that national problem we have called premature evacuation.
I think it's
to give Johnny Bairstow the benefit of doubt. I don't think he complained about any of these things. The one thing he was clearly complaining about was how long they had been on the road. And I think 37 hours or 38 hours.
38 hours. Yeah.
38 hours.
Hey, Nitin Sundar, you like Pakistan players and also England players, is it? Like, why do you hate India? What is what is this?
his mentions also over. Well done, Ra.
His mentions have been over long ago.
They have been over long ago.
But Bisi, I think Rahul mentioned earlier that Bits and Pieces contributes immense knowledge to people who don't follow cricket. I don't know about that. But one of Bits and Pieces' best contribution has come from our, very occasional panelist Varun Murli, who has blessed the timeline with Lakshman Shivaramakrishna's Twitter account, which has since gone crazy. But this week, he's also dug up a tweet from Waqar Yunus, who is probably channeling his inner Johnny Bairstow. He's basically traveling to India via South Africa, then Dubai, and then coming to India from Pakistan. So
Johnny
Bairstow did something like this only.
Doesn't Waqar live in Australia or something?
Sydney.
Oh, does he?
Sydney.
Which, by the way, then makes even lesser sense. I mean, which way around? He's traveling by reverse wing, basically.
Yeah, this is Sam Billings level travel.
He might be having a Pakistan passport, no? So then you'll have to come through. Sastang Pranam and come like this. You will have to do lots of acrobatic.
But Johnny Bhai famously never complains during IPL, and best summarized by Niroshan Dickwella on the stump mic. Not selected for England, playing for cash only. That only Johnny Bhai.
Cash only.
Oh, damn.
Are you sure it was Dickwella, not the other guy?
De Silva, not Dickwella.
Cool. What team's next? So Aditya, your question earlier, India definitely making the finals. This is my prediction.
Finals.
Nice.
And top scorer for India?
Shubman Gill, by the way, our 3,000 run counter is still on, although Gill has lost a couple of matches. One where he was left out of the...
Hey, wait. Speaking of Shubman Gill, perfect time to throw to Rahul, who thinks he's an overrated teenager.
I don't think it's going to happen.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I think he's a very overrated player, honestly. I mean, it's just a personal hate, not like from a pure cricketing standpoint. I think he's a flawless batter. Like, I think he's one of the best we've seen. He's Sachin plus adjusted for the modern cricket. There's no doubts about that. The guy, when he starts, he can't stop. So that's why.
So
that's why.
Only that's my problem, is it?
Yeah, I think my problem with him essentially is that I think in every era there's this cricketer which you pick and you just make him work till he works out. Right, like I think Rohit Sharma was that cricketer in the previous era, right? And we have Shubham Gill as that cricketer in this generation. Obviously has talent, but I feel like there's been a lot of injustice to Gaikwad, Prithvi, where they got dropped way too soon than they should have before they, could flourish into a good player. Versus you have Gill with 10 consecutive innings in 1-2 digits and still a lot of backing being given to him, which I think would never happen for a South Indian player. I think I would just purely put it in that way. It wouldn't happen if you're hailing from that part of the country.
Getting fired, man. I think this is
South Indians.
Always, we are always worried, man. As cricket fans, we are always worried how younger generation will ever be interested in cricket, long format, all this. Good to know nothing has changed.
Yeah, exactly. No, so I don't relate to my generation that way, but I still I feel like that's my problem with Shubham Gill. But from a technical perspective, I think once that guy gets in his flow, flawless. You cannot see a single ball which is not middling. There's not a single ball that he can't read. His sense of game is like insanely good. So definitely that, and I think I'm also a little bit jealous of him as set by my girlfriend, because of like he's doing what I thought I would do one day, right? So I think I have to make that declaration that definitely there's a little bit of jealousy in there somewhere.
Yeah. For listeners wondering, yes, Rahul's Twitter account will be linked from the show notes. Please feel free to
slide into his DMs.
Bits and pieces.
And if you're looking, and if you're a member of the organizing committee of the Bangladesh Celebrity Cricket League and you need cricketers, please, you know who's playing.
Or if you're the Australian team.
I think like I'm pretty sure that any team from Karnataka Division 5 also can like win against not just that team but also like Netherlands and Nepal and whatnot. So like I think that's a little, you're like demeaning a lot of like the Karnataka lobby, quote unquote, when you say that.
So next team is Netherlands preview.
Once again,
wait.
Before that, I don't know if Shubman Gill will play against Netherlands, but if he's playing the finals also, practically he's got 12 matches to go, and he needs 1,236 runs to get to 3,000 runs.
He has a few games after World Cup also.
Of course, but
practically
Bisi, where he will be India captain.
Roughly
so practically he just needs to average 103 for the next 12 matches, which is very much in the
but knockouts will not help for this.
Oh yeah.
Also I feel like that's not going to happen.
What is going on?
Some Dhoni premium was provided for 2 seconds.
What is this MasterCard Premier card level section of this podcast?
No, man. He said he has to average 103 to reach 3,000 runs. How the fuck can that happen? He can just get knockouts and not reach 3,000.
Yeah, correct.
Logical question. But it's still within the realms of possibility. He needs a couple of double hundreds, which he has prior. Yeah.
And not to forget, this is only till November, post which he's got more matches.
Yeah. Post which Sri Lanka will come for a couple of 5-match series. 100%.
Yeah. No, I think Australia have T20s as part of this business series. Yeah. And New Zealand will go back and play tests against Bangladesh after this World Cup. So this World Cup has been squeezed right in between where there should have been nothing. Yes.
So here's my prediction. It's very technical, not personal. Like I think Shubman Gill will score 3 single-digit runs in the World Cup. So I don't think that's happening unless we like host another bilateral Bangladesh or something and let Shubman Gill has his Ishan Kishan moment with like a 230, 40, whatever. I don't think it's happening for sure. He's going to score single digits. Like I'll tell the teams, right? I'll tell the teams also. Against South Africa, against South Africa, 100%. Against South Africa, against not New Zealand, definitely against England. And one single digit he'll score for sure against Sri Lanka. I think these 3 teams.
Sandy ji, aap yahan.
Sri Lanka.
My God.
Yeah, Sri Lanka, guaranteed.
Where is India playing Sri Lanka? Sorry, that is Wankhede, no? Wankhede.
Oh, yeah, it's Wankhede.
India Sri Lanka is Wankhede.
Bold call. Bold call.
I think it's not a bold, definitely an edge to like the slip. I think that's like the most highest probability. But let's see. Let's see how it goes.
In italics call.
Yeah.
Rahul, you want to preview South Africa?
Who's next? What's
then
the next
we will put quiz.
So I feel South Africa is the underdogs of this season. They're the dark horses of this World Cup, for sure. So I'm calling it out. They're my favorites this World Cup. I said that before. We had 2 major injuries as well, and I hope that recovers. But I still feel like a very good shot. Why middle order? I feel like that even with the hype, very few teams like I think India and a couple other teams are going to see good top order performance. It's going to fall down on the middle order a lot and also the lower orders. That's why discussion among 7, 8 on these numbers to get those crucial scores that create the difference. And South Africa, without a doubt, has the best middle order out there. So I was doing some digging up and I was trying to look at some numbers also to back what I am saying and what I think, right? So I tried doing some scraping and analysis and like I failed very badly at it, but someone else has done this. I'll link the blog to the description if you guys want. So someone analyzed 323 test matches played between 21 and 23 between the all 10 playing nations for the World Cup, right? And South Africa is at 4th after
Did you say test matches.
Test matches or one-day matches?
One-day matches, my bad. One-day matches. And South Africa is at 3 after England and India. So that's was very surprising in terms of like people who probably think that they're not going to make it. But it just reassured what I was thinking about. And that is partly why that goes back to their strategy also. So their batting strategy is very similar to how Australia is approaching it. So Australia has played 38 matches and their strike rate is across team 89.52. on average, and they have hit the second highest boundaries out there. And India is leading with 593, and Australia has 481. So South Africa has a very similar approach. And the caveat here is that a lot of those, 70% of those have come against spin, not pace bowling. And that is something which we're going to see a lot happening in India. Across, I don't think it's just Chepak or it's just going to be like those few select grounds. I think we're going to see good turn across the board. I think that's how the game is going to be designed this time around. South Africa is above New Zealand and above Australia. So that's a very good sign in terms of how they've been playing. They've been slowly building up that team. Secondly, obviously, you have to call this out. Probably the youngest team in the World Cup this time around. If we are not counting Netherlands, I think the most players, I think 70% players are going to play their first World Cup. So that X factor obviously comes in. But again, the caveat here is those 70% players have tons of experience in Indian conditions. Almost all have played IPL. Almost all have played a good chunk of bilaterals. Almost all have had a fair share of exposure in the Indian conditions, and they have been the best international scorers, some of the best international scorers and players in across the board in Indian conditions so far. So that also works out for them. But conditions don't win you matches, right? So there's I think the problem that's going to happen for them is pace. So they've been playing. The performance has been very bad against pace, especially against Pakistan, in terms of getting the run rate through the board against pace. And we have some very good pace attack coming across this year. So that's going to be a bit of a challenge for them. So I don't know how they're going to tackle that. But if we talk specifically about the middle order, which is Markram, obviously, really good flow. I feel like he's going to score 3 to 4 centuries this season for sure.
But not Shubman Gill, yeah?
But not Shubman Gill. No, Shubman Gill scores centuries. I said 3 single-digit scores or double-digit, like 20s, 30s. So I think given all of this, right, putting it all together, I feel like they are going to be the dark horses. I think they're going to definitely make it to the semis, and might as well win. I'm hoping for it for sure. They've been waiting for it for too long now. So let's see how that goes.
They'll make now.
Yeah. I hope they don't choke. I think that history is there, but I hope they don't choke this time around, because it seems like it's doable. The squad seems very balanced, very solid number 4, number 5, very solid pace attack as well. So given across the middle order in the entire series, they have the best middle order for sure. So let's see.
Sorry? What's the spinning options for them? Spinning options?
Yeah, I think again that's obviously going to be another challenge because they've been experimenting a bit, right? And I feel like they also have a reserve player. I'm not able to recall him, but apart from Tabrez Samsi, I think Keshav Maharaj might do good with his flight and the guile approach that he has to his left arm spin. Might come in handy. He gets very good top spin on Indian pitches as well with the little that he has played here. So I think those two are going to be a good combination. But I feel like they're weak on the spin, even with that fact. So I feel like they're going to double down on the pace in the bowling terms, and let's see how that plays out for them. They have a new bowler, their X factor, I think, which is a traveling reserve, or I think in the squad, I'm not sure, who is a mystery spinner as quoted by their selector as well. So I'm excited to see if he makes it to the team. Yeah, but I'm hopeful that Keshav Maharaj is going to be a good run wicket getter for them this season.
Keshav Maharaj's flight will definitely get Johnny Bairstow because it's too long.
Yeah. Lovely, man.
Keshav Maharaj clearly flies Air India, no?
Yeah. So what do you guys think about that? Poke holes in this thesis.
I think too much tactics for this spot, so only respect button for Rahul. This is what we'll do when we put YouTube video.
That's all.
Well done.
And anyway, South Africa don't need tactics to be blown away. They will do it to themselves somehow.
Come on, man. Don't say that. It hurts.
Keep an eye on the net run rate for South Africa.
Oh, and by the way, the last dance for Quinton de Kock. So, let's see. I hope he'll finish off on a high.
South Africa have generally always done well in World Cups. So 2019 was a bit of an exception, right? They will make it to generally they make it to the semis or the quarters where they choke. But this time there's no quarters, so direct semis only.
Quarters.
Quarter but Gopra.
So Srinath and I will be watching South Africa play England at Wankhede. Hopefully we'll catch Quinton de Kock's
21 to win off one ball.
I'm watching Pakistan, Australia, so that's going to be fun.
Bye up. Wow.
Pakistan, Australia is where? Bangalore? Or?
Yeah.
Okay. 10:30 a.m. means Bisi will combust. That's the only...
That's actually good for me. I play like 50-over matches every weekend at like 9 to like noon evening. So like for me, it's not going to be that big of a deal.
Nice.
Did you? Wasn't there a advertisement for net bowlers? I think for Netherlands.
Yeah, I applied. Didn't make it by 5 km pace. Like 125 is like the ones who guys made it. My average is 120 mostly, so didn't make it. But like
it's only pace, is it?
So whoever clears.
No, they're looking for spinners also.
Pace.
Yeah.
Srinath, take a flight there.
But the funny part is the guys who got selected. The funny part is the guys who got selected are all 130 and above. So that
even spinners
didn't really matter. No, not spinners. The pacers only. Okay. Yeah, I'm not sure about spinners.
Anil Kumble came again. No, broken jaw and he came like this.
So I think so. I've seen the cricketing, the local like grassroots cricketing in all parts of India mostly. I feel like after Mumbai, it has to be Karnataka and Bangalore in general. That is the most technically strong cricketers, even at the corporate cricket level that you'll find.
All our engineers also.
I agree. My office team
only selectors will give long road to South Indians.
We need to come up with one Kannada word for Kadus. Then we can also start marketing Karnataka cricket.
Chris Lakutukuli.
Gubus cricketers.
Hindi cricketers.
Hindi.
Time for quiz, Adi.
Yes, sir.
Huge.
This is
opening question to Rahul because he likes opening batsmen like Shubman Gill.
One sec. We spent 5 minutes discussing how will we decide who will answer. Adi didn't say anything. And then he starts writing best podcast. Go.
So the first one is the easy one. So what's unique about the hosting duties of this World Cup compared to, and it's a first since the 1979 edition. So I'll repeat. What is unique about the hosting of this World Cup, which is the first since the 1979 edition?
That's an easy one.
I mean, it's a small question. It's just a easy.
Yeah. So many people already know it. Like that's fine, man. Like I'm feeling like dumb now. Yeah, interesting.
Teenage problems.
Okay. I'm going to I'm going to need some hints, man. Like help me out here. Like something.
It's something to do with India. Come on.
Something to do with India. Is it the group format?
I'll give you a proper group. Something to do with India only. That's the biggest clue.
So it's the format, right? Like that, like the semis thingy, right?
No.
Top 4 will proceed to semis.
It's something to do with India only. That's the clue. Important, India only. Those 2 words are important.
No clue, man. No clue.
Okay. Anyone else? Guys, be civil about it. Raise your hands one at a time. Anyone? Open to anyone now.
No, there is no co-host.
Yes. There is no co-host
interesting.
for the first time since 79. Yes.
Damn.
West Indies World
83
Cup,
was what Wales.
West Indies are different countries. It's not one country, different islands.
England.
83 is what?
Nitin, ask England.
England and Wales. 83.
Wales.
Yes.
Take it, man.
2019 also.
What about 19?
Wales.
That's like
Wales,
no. For Wales.
Wales is separate country.
83 also was Wales, huh?
England and Wales.
Wales was there. Yes.
Tunbridge Wales was a separate country. Yeah, sure. Tunbridge
BBC
Wales.
couldn't send reporters.
It's a black hole.
So because Srinath got the first one right, the next question goes to him.
Prasad.
So
hey, no, it should go to the next person.
That's what I thought. Srinath got first one right, so next question goes to Prasad. I thought. But no.
If it's not Pepsi, it's Coke.
So Team X forfeited their game against one of the co-hosts and had a must-win game against Team Y in order to progress to the Super 6 stage. And they looked likely to make it with Team Y at 135 for 8, chasing 204. But player Z, enjoying the game of his life, would not be denied. Having taken career best figures of 7 for 20, he delivered some devastating blows at the death, cantering to an unbeaten 34 from 36 balls before his partner hit the decisive boundary with 2 balls remaining to sink Team X. So give me Team X, the opposition Team Y, player Team Z, and for bonus points, where the game was held.
England,
Wow.
Australia.
Hey, my
Andy
question,
Bickle.
Mama.
Sorry,
Hey, he jumped the queue. He's doing the airport thing.
Yeah, he's out of the quiz, man.
Disqualified.
Disqualified, bro.
I did
Jumpstart
Indigo
legend.
Airlines. Indigo Airlines. Premature
Johnny
evacuation.
Bairstow doesn't like this.
Anyway, Nitin, because you shamelessly.
Nobody said put hand down.
What put hand
Okay,
down?
He
Direct
said question
was.
for Srinath.
Nitin, finish the answer.
No point for him.
Australia, England against Australia. England forfeited their game against Zimbabwe, and then had to beat Australia in the 2003 World Cup. Andy Bichel, along with Michael Bevan, won that game after Australia were 130 for 8. Bichel famously hitting a huge 6 that hit the scoreboard of Jimmy Anderson's bowling, who was still playing for England back in 2003 in one-day format.
Match was in Potchefstroom.
Potchefstroom.
No,
Hey,
no,
it was Port Elizabeth.
that's correct. Port Elizabeth. Sahi jawab. Super.
Nice.
So next question,
Waste
not to
Srinath.
Nitin Sundar.
I saved you from getting insulted by giving wrong answer, and you still came and got yourself insulted.
Wanted you to
Nitin
get
gave
some
6
banana.
correct answers. Now he's out of this quiz.
Out of the quiz
Gibsonized, as we
itself.
call it.
Next one to Bisi. So who am I? That's the question.
You're Adid.
Done. Bye. Okay. Good night. Thank you.
Kachi mariteda, Srinath. Kachi marita. Okay. Bisi is team drunk, so I'm supporting him. Okay. So, and this is a hat tip to Rachna. This is Rachna's question. Who am I? So I was named in the original squad for the 99 World Cup, but was replaced by Alan Dawson following a conviction for a serious criminal offense against me. The conviction was overturned, but I still missed the 99 World Cup.
Ben Stokes.
Hey.
Who?
Oh,
99.
how come?
99. Ben Stokes was younger than Rahul Rajvanshi. What are you saying?
Correct.
Oh,
He was only 19 then.
I don't know. I have no idea.
Okay. I know this because I've seen this. Question.
Pass.
Put Nitin Ra.
Hey, no. Hey, Srinath, man. That's rightful.
I have the CPT from Rachna, dude. I won't guess.
Oh, okay.
Or Tony can take it. Tony is not answered anything so far.
Oh, like that? Wow.
No pressure, Tony.
Stuff.
Charity for you.
Okay, has he played any other World Cup?
Yeah, yes. Hey, I mean, I won't give a clue, but amongst the most famous players who was convicted.
Yeah. Okay, just one clarification question. Is it a batsman or a bowler?
Hey. What is all this?
I'm confused between two names.
Mackay and Tini.
Yes. That's
Oh, damn.
Got it.
I was thinking... okay, interesting.
Who were you thinking, Rahul?
No. It doesn't matter. Forget it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
my next guess was going to be Navjot Singh Sidhu.
Lovely.
I am stuck on conviction only. God knows I'm unable to relate it to 99 World Cup.
Sidhu never officially retired. No, he could still be selected. I'm just thinking.
Yeah,
there was no end to his career.
Walked away. No?
Shikhar Dhawan shouting from the back like Bhuvneshwar Kumar,
exactly.
like removing.
We should do an unretired 11 man of Indian players.
Man.
Oh damn! Nice.
Nitin projecting his inner fantasies on the world.
I personally feel a lot for Bhuvi because undoubtedly one of the best bowlers we've ever had, but sadly I don't know what the fuck happened.
He also won't qualify for your 125-kilometer Netherlands.
Come on, man! Don't say that. Come on, that hurts.
It was 120 last week. That's been dropping.
Man, this is like 5 brutal uncles like this.
6. Usually people see double when they're drunk. Right?
No, but I saw a lot of nice YouTube videos of Bhuvi in the UP Premier League. Full swing, banana bowls he was getting. Amaze balls.
Yeah.
Srinath, what were the team names, by the way?
I don't know. I don't know.
Because the UP Premier League, I was just wondering where they would go with the team.
Nothing beats Stone 11 versus Drunk 11.
Adi basically putting needle in banana swing. Good job.
Bikaner Son Papis versus Meerut Ki Kenchis.
I'll ask the youngest person on the spot a question from a recent World Cup, 83 World Cup. Rahul,
Lovely. Yeah.
So in 83, this player was a 34-year-old data systems manager responsible for designing and implementing his country's car registration system.
Wow.
He masterminded the first great upset in World Cup history, carving an unbeaten 69 out of his team's 239 for 6 before marshalling a superb defense of their modest total, taking 2 wickets himself to restrict the opposition to 226 for 7. Who is this player?
Too much hint you gave, man. Yashpal Srinath. Too much hint.
So
You just no?
No.
I didn't expect it to be Yashpal Sharma. That doesn't seem like someone capable of whatever he said.
Of
but
managing
Nitin, you
data
know the
systems.
answer, no? You've been like raising your hand left, right, and center.
No, I'm guessing based on the numbers. I didn't know the initial trivia that he said. I don't know, but based on the numbers, I have.
Interesting. Who is it then?
Nitin, go.
Nitin, go for it.
Anyone?
I thought, I mean, based on what he said, it's probably Zimbabwe defeating Australia, which was a surprise in that World Cup. And it's probably Dave Houghton in that case. Or no, someone else from that Zimbabwe team.
Say the important figures again.
Was it Tricos or someone else? Spycroft or something? I don't know.
69 out of his team's total of 239 for 6. And then he took
Duncan
4 wickets.
Fletcher. No.
Yes, Duncan Fletcher.
Nice.
Shit, he's an engineer?
Yes, who was responsible for designing Zimbabwe's car registration system, the license plates.
That I did not know. Yeah. Wow.
Damn.
Yeah. Duncan Fletcher.
And coached India for many years of
he was
absolute performance.
Yeah.
And
also,
whom we passed the ICC trophy, right? He was the coach during Champions Trophy 2013.
Correct.
Nice.
Fletcher.
Yeah, nice.
Wow.
So next one to back to Srinath.
Back, it seems. Continue.
Basically, that means I will answer.
So, easy one. So, I'm quoting from someone's autobiography. So, he says, start quote, every now and again, someone wakes up and simply has the best day of their life. X was that guy against us, end quote. So, I'll give you the match situation. Chasing 327 for 8. X's team was 111 for 5. And from that situation, blossomed a knock for the ages, with the match pretty much all but gone. As the wheels came off for the opposition in the field, X reached the fastest 100 in the tournament's history. When he was dismissed in the 49th over for 113, having scripted the highest successful run chase in a World Cup, he had hit 13 fours and 6 sixes. Upsets run in X's family, with his older brother having inspired a famous victory over a team from the subcontinent in 2007.
Very easy, Yashpal Sharma.
Kevin O'Brien and Niall O'Brien.
Yes, that's right. Kevin O'Brien and the autobiography was from Graham's
Eric O'Brien.
Yes. And
because this is a quiz.
Oh man, good one.
Exactly. That's why I went with O'Brien. And Srinath, where was the game where they won? Held?
Bangalore.
Yes, Bangalore. Yes.
I had tickets and didn't go for this game.
Do you guys prepare from some sort of a Britannica cricket quiz booklet or something? Like these are like some insanely good questions, man.
We prepare from sheer joblessness and doing nothing else.
One second.
See, you have a lot of free time once you give up on being a fast bowler or a cricketer and all.
Right.
To fill that time.
1 second. Why did we miss the most important? Nitin Sundar had tickets to this game in an age where we don't have tickets at all. Wow.
Yeah.
This was during my cricket for days during that World Cup. I had tickets to India versus England and Ireland versus England. I had gone, both were in Bangalore. I had gone for India versus England, which was an insane game. Then I was like, Gary, who will go and watch? Yes. Who will go and watch useless Ireland game after this? It's not going to be half as good as the England game anyway. And it was a break from work that day, so I was like chilling. Ended up being
this was the first ever instance of the BNP jinx.
Yeah. And it ended up being a crazy day even at Cricket Pro, because they hadn't sent too many reporters or whatever to cover this game. We got not a big game. But the Cricket Pro office is also in Bangalore, very close to the Chinnaswamy Stadium, right? So as this game ended, people who had gone, just as time pass to watch this game in the stands and all, they got them to file. People went from the office to the ground, caught Ireland players, interviewed them. And then there was like insane coverage for this game, which despite not being planned. Anyway.
Were you one of the interviewers?
I was chilling. Nursing my wounds.
Nice.
Yeah. You didn't do a Neville Cardis, Nitin?
Not for this game.
Neville scorecardis.
Final one might go to Tony, I think, or Tony or Bisi, either one of you.
Bisi.
Easy one again. So this player picked 16 wickets in the tournament, with only Wasim picking more than him. His subtle changes of pace helped with a 4-wicket win against India, where he bamboozled Sachin, Manjrekar and Kapil to collect his third 3-4 for the tournament. His brilliant run out of Javed Miandar, which was incorrectly judged not out by Steve Buckner, could well have seen his team through to the semi-finals, but unfortunately they lost narrowly. He would become a cult hero and went on to impress in the 96 and 99 World Cups too. Later becoming the first person from his country to play 250 one-day matches. And across his career, he would claim 29 caught and bowled dismissals, with only X taking more in the format's history. So who is this player? And who's X who's taken more caught and bowls in the history of ODI cricket?
That's a tough one.
Did he say 250? How many?
He was the first person from his country to play 250 ODIs. I don't know how many ended up with, but he was the first.
Okay, so this is 92 World Cup, a team that didn't make the semis.
Correct.
Not India.
He played 96 and 99 too.
Okay.
One more clue if you want. He bowled off the wrong foot.
Hey, WW fellow, Chris Harris.
Yes.
Yeah.
I was going to guess Chris Harris.
Nice.
Any guesses for who's taken more cotton bowls than him in the history of the game?
Tough one. In one day history, huh?
One day only. It's all one day.
How many does Chris Harris have?
He had 29.
Oh, that's all. If I were to guess randomly, I'll go for Gavin Larson. But I don't think that's the answer.
Nice thinking.
Murali, yeah?
What was his... do you know what was his pace with the wrong foot?
He would have been your pace, 125.
Right? Yeah, because I also have the wrong foot problem. So it's like same reason why...
Sohail, aap yahan?
And how many cotton balls?
Naam ka bhi wrong foot kar diya tu.
30 odd I have like easily.
30 odd, not bad. Cotton ball.
Virat Kohli, aap yahan?
I've broken like a finger or two like doing that.
Of yourself or the batsman?
No, mine.
Ayyo.
Yeah.
Virat Kohli caught Murali. Perfect World Cup final reference. To finish off the pod, I think we didn't preview half the teams.
Dilshan,
Dilshan, huh? It's Murali, I thought. No?
Dilshan or Dilpasand?
Dilshan, cotton boot.
Oh.
Gambhir didn't come in there.
Not Suraj Randiva?
No. Dilshan, no.
Don't know, bro. I'm just shooting off.
Useless fellow.
It was Dickwella.
That is Dilshan. This is De Silva. Okay. Let's... should we do England and wrap up or just wrap up?
Do England.
Wait. I have one quiz question.
Kiss, come on.
Kiss.
This is...
this goes to Adi, obviously, first.
Yeah. Adi, take a... Yeah, sorry that you have to endure this, but this is cricket-related question, not cricket per se.
Okay.
Okay. So
wait. Let's say bye to... Oh, he left off. Okay.
So he left off.
No, he put message in there. So to say bye.
Okay.
Okay. No problem.
See screen share and all.
Whoa!
Yo.
Okay.
Cindy Crawford!
You know this. Very nice. So this is a still from a movie called Awwal Number. Where Dev Anand is elder brother or father, I don't even remember, to Aditya Pancholi and Amir Khan. Father figure, I think he is. And initially, Aditya Pancholi is supposed to be damn cool and all, and then he loses favor with Dev Anand, so he brings Amir Khan up from the ranks. But the important thing is, this is the scene where he's telling Aditya Pancholi about his dead mother, and dead mother is Cindy Crawford.
Amazing, man.
Nice.
And hat tip to Joy Bhattacharya for sharing this on Dev Anand's birth anniversary, which was last week.
Cindy Crawford, what a legend.
Wait, what was the cricket connection here?
It's a movie based on cricket. It's called Awwal Number.
Oh.
This is Amir Khan before Lagan. He's done cricket films before.
Okay.
Awwal
Number basically means whoever wins Super League, is it?
Yeah. New Zealand.
No. Supermodel League. Cindy Crawford.
Supermodel.
People who make the knockouts and then choke don't show up for the knockout game are A-ball number.
Oh, like that.
Who's doing England?
Speaking of icons and all, guys, the mascots have names now. I feel like this is important bits and pieces, things that we should clarify.
The icons did not have names before. Mascots did not have names before.
Do you know what the names are?
No, I don't. No, I knew there were mascots. I didn't bother.
Of course you knew. Yeah, they are not called nepoantism. Not nepotism, but they're called
Smru and T.
Smru and T.
This is the correct answer. But Adi, do you know what the names are?
No, I didn't know that actually spent time. I thought they were more focused on getting the fungus issue sorted in Dharamshala. Clearly not.
Correct. So they've basically made a joint decision to name the two mascots Blaze and Tonk. No, not Tonk, but Tonk. It is Blaze for bowler and I think Tonk for a batter or something.
What is this joint decision? Unlike everything else in this tournament.
I was going for Blaze and Tonk because like it sounds like very ganja-based things, but it is Blaze and Tonk.
Okay, I have a quiz question. You guys might have seen it. I have a quiz question. I don't know if you saw it on Twitter, in which case...
Will you give the answer before anyone else can?
No, okay. I'm going to give you an exhaustive list of players. You need to tell me what this list is. The names in the list
exhaustive, but is it exhausting?
Exhausting. Okay.
It is slightly exhausting also. It's about some
mutually exhaustive, collectively exhausting.
Yeah.
So the names are Navjot Sidhu, Bob Willis, Ijaz Ahmed, Salim Malik, Mohammad Azruddin, Virat Kohli, Ramiz Raja, Wasim Akram, Ian Botham, Javed Miandad, Manoj Prabhakar, Muttaya Muralidharan, Sachin Tendulkar, Ravi Ashwin, David Gower, Chris Old.
List of PGK dreams and nightmares.
But is this an order or it's a random?
I jumbled it a little bit.
World Cup specific, is it?
World Cup specific, yes. So Virat Kohli and Ravi Ashwin are the latest additions to this list.
2 home World Cups.
That's correct. These are all players who will feature in 2 home World Cups.
Because I asked a different version of this question at a quiz I hosted earlier in the week.
Oh, really? So this was posted on Twitter by this guy called Karthik a few days back. At least that's where I saw.
He attended Srinath's quiz.
Very possible. Circle jerk complete.
Circle jerk.
Okay, boys. England.
So this is anyone but England. Oh, okay. No.
Who did we not preview properly? Netherlands, Afghanistan. ICC also didn't preview them. So,
but Afghanistan only good. Only big news from Afghanistan is Navedul Haq also is
retiring.
But their openers are good, man.
Is he in that reel, man? World Cup reel.
I wouldn't know.
He would have been in the previous one itself. Oh, he's playing this one. Oh, then he should be in this one.
Afghanistan, I think main thing is runs. It's the main issue. Bowling wise, they keep restricting everybody to 200, 220, whatever.
Their issue is run rate, macha, not run. They don't know how to go fast.
Runs. Yeah, maths and runs are the 2 issues. Jonathan Trott needs to bring out calculators next time. But they're playing, seriously, they're playing some games in spin-friendly places such as Chennai. I believe some game in Lucknow as well, if I'm not wrong. And pretty well covered in terms of the bowling attack and the all-round talent that they have.
I think the openers are pretty good, actually. Those 2 guys.
Gurbaz.
Satran and Gurbaz. Yeah.
Gurbaz really good.
That.
Yeah.
200 plus partnership against Pakistan.
Yeah. Legend Mohammad Nabi is still playing. This is quite something. He's played in all World Cups. That is the funda for him.
3 World Cups.
Yeah, but since 2010, they played in West Indies, T20, ODI, everything.
ODI.
He's played everything for Afghanistan. So I think they'll finish much higher than their last position last time, which was, destroyed by Owen Morgan kind of unnecessary statistics against them. So hopefully, mid-table finish, 5th seed.
Mid-table finish.
5th seed, bro.
Who all are they beating? Netherlands?
Bangladesh. First match, Bangladesh, bro.
Okay. Dharamshala.
Chances are there.
Scenes कुछ ऐसे है हो जाएगा.
Nice.
Who else will they beat? New Zealand.
They could beat Sri Lanka.
Pakistan and Chennai.
Hey, we haven't previewed Sri Lanka, man.
You want to do
I don't know who's playing. I just know who's not playing. That's an easier list to know.
How is this episode not yet over?
But who is the captain? Is it still Shanaka or?
It is Shanaka.
Didn't he offer to step down or something? They said.
No. He said
it was an offer that could be refused. Okay.
No, they already, unfortunately, they shot the ad with Coca-Cola before the team meeting. So their hands were tied.
Nice. It's like Jadeja in IPL poster with Dhoni's body. in all Star Sports montages. Suddenly, one six-pack changed to full pack. Anyway, England. in true bits and pieces tradition, we previewed even USA team, but not England for this podcast.
So that was Sri Lanka preview. Okay, cool.
Sri Lanka preview is done.
That was actually Afghanistan preview, by the way. Sri Lanka was offshoot.
People who listen only to Rahul's segment will think we are South Africa super fans because of the tactical reconstruction of their 15.
Oh, bad.
England, I think Joe Root out of form, but they've done some really brutal
Joe
selections.
Root has played 7 one-days or something since the last World Cup. What basis
Yeah,
is out of form? You please
he
tell me.
inserted himself
more than
into
Ashwin.
the squad. Okay, more than Ashwin. Yeah, more than Ashwin.
This guy's
Joe Root.
me. Suddenly my face is coming.
Joe Root famously
Please retain for
destroyed various
YouTube cut.
teams.
Users should also be like cognitively dissonanced by all this.
Yeah, Tony out, Tony in. But yeah, really good selections, man. Jason Roy dropped. Harry Brook finally in. David Malan absolutely killing it and playing ahead of Jason Roy, who was like their hero of the last World Cup. Johnny Bairstow, 38-hour flights, still made it, still alive, still kicking after that rained out match from that 38-hour flight. But spin and bowling generally problems for them. It's like attacking football team always trusting themselves to score more goals and saying defense baad mein jaye. So almost same as that kind of football team. England trying to emulate their 2 World Cup wins with a hat-trick in India. Hopefully those words are said for the last time ever.
Who was the spinner? Adil Rashida.
Moeen Ali and Adil Rashid.
Livingstone. And
Livingston is there. Livingston is there, yeah. But Ben Stokes is back. How
and they're playing a few matches in Wankhede, no? And maybe Chinnaswamy also.
South Africa, Bombay, Sri Lanka, Bangalore.
So 400
England
plus
fixtures.
500. Yeah, will you see a 500 this World Cup?
500. If rain doesn't play spoil sport. 281 and 31 overs, bro, against Ireland. Maybe they will.
Dude, they're playing Bangladesh in Dharamshala.
Oh.
Day game. They bat first means 600.
But will be over. Will be over in 30 minutes if Markwood bowls first also. That is another potential scene is there in Dharamshala. I saw one guy called Gus Atkinson in England squad. Anybody knows?
Yes.
Is he the pitch inspecting guy or?
He was also discussed on episode 89.
Oh,
he's also number 8.
Where Nitin Sudhir called him Wilkinson, and that is Blade. All of that. But this is the same kid who was, I think, pictured with Stuart Broad or something like that. One tweet was there. No, he was a kid, and then that Virat
Kohli. Virat Kohli, Ashish Nehra.
Are we sure this is not like that artist formerly known as Prince? That this is the guy formerly known as Jason Roy?
Well, J. Roy Traveling Reserve. He's there for moral support. Yeah.
So, but anyone saying England won't make the semis?
No, not at all. 100% semis.
100% semis. Then what semis is the point of doing all this preview?
Semis and out.
Semis
so
and
finally, out. Okay, fine. Let's round off by calling out the semi-finalists from each of us.
Thanks, bro.
So that Johns can post 2 months later.
You said it?
Bisi, you only. Can you say it was recorded 2 days before the World Cup?
Hey, when is the first match?
England, Australia. I was originally going for Pakistan, but I'm changing to South Africa. India, England, Australia, South Africa. Rahul's convinced me.
Yeah, Bisi.
India, England, Pakistan, South Africa.
No, Australia.
Wow.
Same as Tony. India, England, Australia, South Africa. I hate to agree with Tony, even when I fully agree with what he's saying.
India,
India, England, Australia, Pakistan. Pakistan, because an astrologer said India will play Pakistan twice in this World Cup.
Yeah.
It's not the J.
Smruti ki jai ho.
It is not the Asia Cup.
Asia Cup. India, England, but India won't be first. India, England, New Zealand, Australia.
New Zealand.
Which means India will again play New Zealand in the semis.
Yeah.
Wankede, Tony is watching. This is my preview.
If he comes to Wankede, drown him in Marine Drive.
Sai Baba is watching.
Hamish Marshall likes this. Okay. Let's finish off.
No, only because I pity the editor, which is me. I have to. Like Adi said, listen to this twice, like the astrologer said. So.
listen to this twice while asking yourself, did we do 91 episodes or same episode 91 times? On that note,
91 episodes में ऐसी हुआ था.
This is the end of another episode of Bits and Pieces, guys. Thanks for joining. Edit responsibly, and we'll see you with 5 stars on Spotify. Thank you.
Cheers.
Excellent. Okay.